Friends, there's a question that sits quietly in the hearts of so many people. A question whispered in the middle of the night when the world is asleep and the mind refuses to rest. A question that rises after loss, after betrayal, after illness, after disappointment. A question that echoes in hospital rooms, in empty houses, in moments when hope feels thin. Why do bad things happen to good people? And before we explore that answer, before we walk together into that deeper understanding, and before we go more deeper, it's our humble request that if you are new on this channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our messages, and feel free to like this video if you're ready to grow in faith and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Imagine for a moment a person who has done everything right. They've tried to be kind. They've tried to be fair. They've tried to love others, even when it was inconvenient. They've helped when no one was watching. They've prayed, or hoped, or believed in something bigger than themselves. And yet, suddenly, life turns against them. A diagnosis arrives. A relationship collapses. A job disappears. A loved one passes away. And the mind immediately asks, why them? Why now? Why at all? It feels unfair, almost cruel, because deep inside, we carry an unspoken belief that goodness should be rewarded, that kindness should protect us, that morality should create a shield around our lives. But the world doesn't always operate according to our expectations. The universe is not a vending machine where we insert good deeds and automatically receive safety and comfort in return. And this realization, this is where the true journey begins. Bad things happen to good people not because goodness is meaningless, but because life is larger, more complex, more mysterious than simple reward and punishment. Think of life as a vast ocean. Every person is a boat floating upon it. Some storms come from outside. Some waves rise from distant places we cannot see. And sometimes the storm isn't about you at all. Yet your boat is still in the water. You are still part of the same ocean. Good people are not spared from storms, but often they are the ones who learn how to navigate them with grace. The hardship doesn't arrive as a punishment. It arrives as a teacher, as a sculptor, shaping the soul into something deeper, wiser, more compassionate than before. And while that may not make the pain disappear, it gives it purpose. It gives it direction. There is another truth many people avoid because it feels uncomfortable. The world is full of freedom. Freedom for people to choose kindness or cruelty, honesty or deception, love or neglect. And when someone chooses cruelty, an innocent person can be hurt. A good person can suffer because another human being decided not to be good. This doesn't mean goodness failed. It means freedom exists. It means love is real only because hate is possible. And in this world of free choice, good people often feel pain more deeply because their hearts are open. Their sensitivity, their empathy, their care for others, these are strengths, yet they also make them feel the sharpness of life more intensely. A hard heart doesn't feel much. A good heart feels everything. And that's why the good sometimes seem to suffer more, not because they deserve it, but because they are alive in a deeper way. Sometimes suffering arrives to redirect a life. A door closes so another can open. A path ends so a new one can begin. Many people look back years later and realize the very event they once called tragedy became the turning point that saved them, transformed them, or revealed a strength they never knew they had. At the moment of pain, this is almost impossible to believe. But over time, the story unfolds differently. The breakup leads to a healthier love. The job loss leads to a new calling. The illness leads to a renewed appreciation for life. The loss leads to compassion for others who suffer. And suddenly, the question shifts from, why did this happen to me? To what is this teaching me? there is also a deeper layer, one that touches something spiritual, whether you believe in God, fate, the universe, or simply the mystery of existence. Sometimes the soul grows only through contrast. Light is understood because darkness exists. Joy is treasured because sorrow has been felt. Strength is developed because weakness once appeared. The good person who suffers often becomes a light for others, a guide who can say, "I've been there and I survived." Their pain becomes their message. Their wound becomes their wisdom. Their story becomes a bridge for someone else who is still drowning. And in that way, their suffering is not wasted. But let's be gentle with the truth here. None of this means pain is pleasant. None of this means suffering should be romanticized. When bad things happen to good people, it hurts. It confuses. It shakes faith. It questions fairness. And it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to say, "This is not fair." Strength is not pretending it doesn't hurt. Strength is feeling the hurt and still choosing to continue. And good people, even when broken, often rise again. Not because they are untouched by pain, but because they refuse to let pain define the end of their story. So if you're listening right now and you've asked this question yourself, know this: you are not being punished. You are not forgotten. You are not weak for hurting. You are simply human in a world where growth, freedom, and mystery intertwine. And though you may not see the full reason yet, the chapter you are in is not the final chapter. There is more ahead. There is meaning still unfolding. There is strength still rising inside you. And this is only the beginning of the answer, because there is a quiet power hidden inside every human being, a power that often reveals itself only after everything familiar has fallen away. When bad things happen to good people, it can feel like the ground beneath their feet has disappeared. Yet in that very moment, something extraordinary begins. Stripped of certainty, stripped of comfort, stripped of expectations, the soul is invited to discover who it truly is. Not the version shaped by routine or approval or ease, but the deeper self that whispers, "I am still here." And that discovery, though born in pain, becomes the foundation of unshakable strength. Many of the most compassionate, wise, and inspiring individuals walking this earth today were shaped not by easy lives, but by storms they once thought would destroy them. Consider how a diamond is formed. Deep beneath the surface, under immense pressure, in total darkness, something remarkable takes shape. No light reaches it, no praise touches it, no comfort surrounds it. Yet in that hidden place, beauty is created. In much the same way, the good person enduring hardship is being formed in places the world cannot see. Their patience grows, their empathy deepens, their understanding expands, and one day, when they emerge from that darkness, they shine with a quiet brilliance that cannot be faked or taught. It was earned, it was forged, it was lived. Bad things do not happen to good people because goodness is fragile. They happen because life is not a simple story of reward. It is a vast, unpredictable unfolding of experiences, choices, chance encounters, and mysteries beyond human control. And yet, within this uncertainty, goodness remains one of the few things we can choose again and again. A good person may fall, may break, may doubt, but their essence, their capacity to love, to care, to feel, remains their greatest power. Even in pain, they are still creating goodness in the world, simply by refusing to let bitterness become their identity. There is something else worth remembering. When suffering touches your life, you become aware of the suffering of others. You notice the quiet sadness behind smiles. You recognize the weight behind someone's eyes. You offer kindness not because it is polite, but because you know what it means to need it. And in this way, Your hardship becomes a gift you give forward. The world becomes softer, warmer, more human because you have walked through fire and emerged with your heart still open. This is not weakness. This is rare courage. And perhaps the most comforting truth of all is this: life is always changing. No storm lasts forever. No night refuses to end. Even when the present feels endless, time moves, healing unfolds, clarity appears. One day you will look back at the moment you thought you would never survive and realize it shaped the person you became. You will recognize the strength that was born in silence. You will see how far you traveled. And the question that once haunted you, "Why did this happen to me?" will soften into something gentler, something wiser. What did this make possible? So to every good heart that has felt pain, to every soul that has questioned fairness, to every person who has tried to love in a world that sometimes words, your story is not over. You are still unfolding. You are still becoming. And though bad things may happen to good people, goodness itself is never wasted. It echoes, it ripples, it heals. It matters more than you know. And as this message settles into your mind, remember, even in your darkest chapter, you are never truly alone in the story of humanity. Others have walked this path, others have risen, and so will you. Because the good heart always finds its way home. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this video on God Jesus Message. I pray that the teachings of Jesus have touched your heart, given you hope, and inspired you to live in His love today. If you enjoyed this message, please like this video, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Bible teachings, prayers, and inspirational messages. We'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, prayers, or what God has been teaching you lately.